Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Journey to Wisdom and Wealth. Today, we are going to be closing out paycheck number 2 of December of 2025. We've already rolled into 2026. Now we got to close out the last paycheck of 2025 so we can kind of move along with that. Again, it's a little dark and I've got all my artificial light again. Instead of it being 7 p.m., it is now 7 a.m. the next day because we're getting things done over here. So let's go ahead and, oh, hey, welcome. If you're new, welcome back. If you're not new, you know you're part of the what? Grateful gang, 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 grateful gang, 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 grateful gang, 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 grateful gang, 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 gang. And if you're not a part of Grateful Gang and you'd like to subscribe, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It is free 99. It costs you nothing. So let's go ahead. We're at the part where we need to close out everything. So I'm going to start off here, which I think is just our last transfer into one of our accounts. No, this is our last transfer into our account. So we had $10 that we're looking for to close off the budget. The way that this works is all the sales over in paycheck number 2 that have a dollar amount, I need them to be turned green. That's how I know everything has been paid as we go along. So a lot of these that you see are in green are already monies that moved out of the operating account. I have one account where all the bills move out in and out of, or transfers move in and out of. And so let's find our $10 right here for Navy Federal. And we're going to go ahead and mark that off in green. All right, and then we have Nissan, which is the car, the other half of my car payment, which is under the debt category, $233.50. We'll mark that in green. And then we have $30 for Capital One. This is what I'm talking about. So I believe that we paid $30 to pay off the sticker subscription one time, right? Now there's a charge right above this for $12. However, it has partial of my friend's name on it. So I'm going to put it in other over here because it was like food that we ate. So, and it was done on a card, right? She put it on her card and I kind of just gave her the money back. So that's $12 that's coming out of, that's just going to come out of the buffer, even though it really should have came out of food. And okay, so then the next transaction is 1308.26, which is my mortgage right here. And we'll mark that off in green. Then we see $30. You guys, oh my goodness. I paid my sticker subscription twice. And this is why one of my tiny experiments is going to be doing my credit card expense for the Quicksilver weekly. Because I've said I was going to do that in the past. I feel like I've done it and then it's fallen off and done it. I haven't started it quite yet, but you guys, and I'll explain the tiny experiment thing I keep talking about in a future video, but $30 again. So we paid this basically twice. So I'm just going to put $30 again, like my equal sign. Now I'm going to end up putting $30 back in from build a buffer because I think it also kind of messed with, because it wasn't budgeted, it messed with my amount that I'm supposed to have for rollover for the medical bills that we talked about on yesterday's video. So, so that's $30 there. That came out twice, and see, we're already in the negative. But when I get back to the top, y'all remind me to put the 30 back in from build a buffer. It's not an overage anywhere because it went to the credit card and the credit card already had money due. So when I just paid the extra 30, it didn't even seem like, and this is why I don't like my credit card to go left, because then I can't really keep up. Either way, let's keep going. So all of these here, speaking of credit card, all of these here are different monies being moved in from different things like birthdays and beauty and car maintenance. So as I was going through reconciling my credit card, I was looking at the funds and pulling from each category what I was spending in each category. We did a couple together, but I just finished it off without y'all. So let's add all these numbers that came out together. 79.21 plus 41.68 plus 23.99 plus 121.22 plus 46.05 plus 26 plus 616.87. Oh, that was from the variables. I was like, what came from so much money? And so that should equal 955.02. So I pulled, because a lot of it was food and groceries and blah, blah, and all of that money was in my variables category anyway. So 955.02 is what we paid to the credit card. And that's how we got ourselves back down to zero balance. Okay. And then, so that isn't in and out. I guess I could reflect it. So we'll say that rollovers and transfers into your account were 955.02. And then we'll say in our debt section, we went ahead and paid 955.02 onto this credit card. And we'll mark that green as well. And then we had 6 cents of interest. Yay. We'll put that in with the little side and miscellaneous and side income. 6 cents of interest. And then that was it for 2025. But there must have been other things that came out because I still have, or do I? Oh, maybe I don't. All right, let me take this money out my buffer right here. And then what else is above there? Oh, I haven't cleared this. So we go into 2026 transactions and we see that I moved $600 in, and that was from Hold Your Horses for the variables for January. So I believe those should already be accounted for. Are they part of this, or are these for next month? Girl, not me not knowing my own budget. I'm telling you, it got a little hairy towards the end of the month. I don't think so. Okay. I'm a little afraid to move that in. Let me come back to that. Let me come back to this. No. Look, let's add it and then we'll keep going, y'all. This is how it happens. So rollover, we're going to add another $600. And I just want to make sure $600. And that's for the January variables that we started using now. And 955.02 various accounts for credit card payment. I think everything else is jotted down there. No, because I don't know what that 654 was for. But okay. And then we took $330 and Zelled that. So the $330 that we Zelled over was, I believe, $250 for groceries plus $80 for self-care. Yep, $30. And we talked about that in my cash stuffing video. Excuse me, y'all. And so I don't know if I should put that somewhere as coming out. I'm going to put that under other. That's where I kind of put things where I'm not really sure how to allocate them. And I'm actually going to leave myself a note so that I'm not confused if I ever come back to look at this, even though most times I just kind of delete it. $12, and that was for food, eating out with LS, and then the $330 was moved to Ally debit for groceries and self-care envelopes, digital envelopes. All right, we'll leave that there. And then we will say 528. Okay, so 528 plus 225 is $320.25. 528 is my homeowners association's fee, HOA. 44 times 12, I pay $44 a month times 12. Being that I don't want to pay that every single month along with my mortgage, I save up. Even though you end up kind of paying it while you're saving it for the month, I feel like the only way to really get a full month ahead, so you don't think about it, is getting 2 months ahead. In my mind, that's just how I see it. But it's 44. But again, if you're a month ahead, you can take time and kind of like, if you don't have it 1 month, make up another month. So you kind of are in a good place being a month ahead as well. But okay, so that's 44 times 12 is 528. Our HOA stayed the same. Our homeowner association money stayed the same, which is great because I don't see that they did anything different. You multiply by 12, it was $5.28 that I saved. However, there was a $2.25 fee to pay with check. It was actually more to put it on the card because y'all know I would have put it on the card and got points, but I didn't want to pay like the $15 fee they had. So that's a total of $530.25. So I moved over $530.25. So we're going to transfer plus 530. There's a lot of money moving at the end of the year because subscriptions and everything are coming up, and that was from the HOA account. And so the HOA account is probably pay for 2026. It's probably totally empty, And so, excuse me. So you'll see that, and then you'll see that 530.25 came right out. So I ended up paying that to HOA. So I'm going to go to where my HOA savings account is, HOA, and I'm going to put that 500, I wish, $530.25 was taken out, and that will be green. Now, this $260 is the it's the money I took out from the ATM for CVS for the cash portion. So you guys know that in cash, we did a cash stuffing. I will link the cash stuffing at the end of this video for you to check out if you're interested in like a card. And so the cash stuffing is $260 was minus 100 for gas, minus, oh, this is where we got a little weird because I was supposed to take out $270, so I only took out $30 for giving, minus oh my gosh, minus $50 for fun, and the $80 was for eating out. So that was all of the cash stuffing money. That's the $260. So in other, because I don't want to mix it in with the other money over there, we're going to say we took $260 out, and $260 was for cash stuffing. Lord, let this work out because I feel like we're on the verge of foolishness. Okay. And then we have, oh God, why is it saying I have a negative number? I'm very concerned. And so then it says we have a dollar 109.80. This is a credit card payment, and I believe that paid some of these here. I think it was the 43.20 plus the 50 plus the 16.50. Yes. I don't know why it's off by change, but yes, I do know why it's off. So it's 109.70 was the total that's due. We paid 109.80. I think I just accidentally did that. So that's how, so we're going to be off by 10 cents. So that did pay though the extra AC bill, and that paid the trash and sewer bill, and that also paid the security equipment bill. Okay. And so now, and then we had 99 cents, which paid the Apple storage. All right. So it still says we're off by 87 cents, which makes sense to me now because you'll see that the total is $99.03, and we technically should have had $100 left. 87 cents minus the 10 cents were different on the or of the difference on that card payment we made. So we are exactly where we need to be, but let's talk about why it says negative 87 cents. We have everything except, I believe, let's make sure, everything except, I want to say the medical. So here's the medical. Let's make that in red so it kind of stands out. So everything else as we go down is green, green, grass, green, 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 red. Everything else is green. So we've marked everything off in green that needed to be marked off. However, because we were supposed to have $100 in medical, thankfully we didn't pay the medical, or would have been, we'd just been over and I'd moved the money over out of the buffer. We are off because first we paid an extra 10 cents on the credit card. No biggie. And then we paid extra on the subscription. And because the buffer was only like 40 something dollars. And then we actually took food money out, which I should never do. I never really take money out of this operating account to pay for things like food, variables, things like that. So that absolutely threw me off as well. So now, thank you for reminding me. You kind of reminded me because I told you to remind me. And once I tell somebody to remind me something, I automatically remember myself. Do you guys function like that? That's the way my brain works. So I'm going to transfer in $30 to kind of rectify the situation from Build a Buffer. I hate that it's going under 200, but it is what it is. And this is going to be to cover the extra subscription I paid for. Excuse me. I don't know what is in my throat this morning. I love this transfer review because I did it wrong. I'm moving from Build a Buffer into Tara's Major Keys. Oops. Okay. $30 to cover the extra review. Okay. From Build a Buffer to Tara's Major Keys. Transfer. Y'all see me slowing down? Y'all see me slowing down and actually paying attention? Success. So this money will go up and I'll put in here, put in additional 30. There's so many rollovers. It's wild. Okay. I need to put a note. And so that's $30 from Build a Buffer to cover accidentally paying sticker subscription twice. So that's not how you spell subscription, but okay. Now, you guys, this is the reason why you really do want to budget, the reason you want to review your budget. Now, this case, it was me who did it to myself twice, but sometimes it's other people. You know what I mean? Like people will double bill you and you really want to stay on top of your finances, at least with a monthly review or a closeout review. I'm not saying you have to look at it every day and do all the things. Okay, so now we have 129.03. Perfect. We're going to put this at 0. So because we're going to transfer that over into not over there. We need to reset over here. We're going to transfer that into next month, into January. We talked about that as well on my January budget. And let's see. So 129.13, and that does add up, you guys, because 129.13 and 129.03 is off by 10 cents because of the difference in 10 cents of what I paid on the credit card. Don't ask me why, but it is what it is. And because I clearly couldn't add that day. But now we're just going to move. Okay, so we have a $29.13. Actually, I'm going to move the whole thing because I double paid for the sticker subscription, and then I decided I actually wanted to keep the sticker subscription one more month. I think I'm just going to leave the whole thing in buffer because that'll kind of cover the sticker subscription as well. Unfortunately, we don't have any extra to kind of go to debt. But that's all right. 129.13. And we are at a zero-based budget. So we have cleared out this whole entire thing, which I'm super, super excited about. And you guys, I'm going to see if I can quickly log into my, excuse me. I'm going to quickly log into my, what are we paying off? The security system bill and see where we are, because I know that we have, and we'll talk about what's there. Nothing that's crazy stuff that we planned. We have in the and maybe if I knew the account I was looking for, I could see it faster. The bye debt account. We have $43.26 that I want to pay. So let's see if I can do that really quickly. Hold on a second, y'all. All right, guys, so we're in the Citizens account and we have a $43.20 monthly payment, which is perfect because we have extra money here. We down to $314.99, y'all. $314.99. And we have another payment due on January 27th. What I've noticed is if we make this $43.20 now, it's going to say we don't have a payment in January, but we're going to go ahead and make that payment again above on top. But what I noticed, I have to manually go in and do that. So I'm just going to go ahead and make this payment. Enroll in auto pay. Are you sure to make this one time? You'll reduce your auto pay amount. So I'm going to set up this payment really quickly. You've chosen to pay the monthly payment due. Yes, I have. I want to make sure I put this $314.99 here just so I know. It's defaulted to my credit card, which is what I want anyway. So I'm just going to hit make the payment. And success! We've paid $43.20. So when that payment hits the credit card, I'll just pay it right out of bye-bye debt instead of doing a whole bunch of transfers. Another thing I'm working on is just not doing a whole lot of transfers, just paying from the account if I can. Otherwise, sometimes the transfers make sense just to get all the money in one place, like I did with that last credit card payment you saw for 9 something, and then just do one big pull. So we're done with that. Yay! We're getting there, y'all, with this one credit card. With this one payment, we'll get $43.20 back in our budget, prayerfully by the second quarter or sooner. Okay, so it hasn't updated yet, but let's calculate $314.99 minus $43.20. When that goes down, we'll be in the twos, you guys. $271.79. $271.79. Okay, and then we are going to plan to make the same payment for January, $43.20. $228. That means the next time we make a payment, we'll be in the ones. So anyway, let's start where we were. So $314.99 minus $43.20, and that's $271. So we're going to divide that by $43.20, the amount of the payment. So we are down to 6 and a little bit, basically 6 payments, which means that even if we just made the same little amount of payments, we will be done with this by June. Instead of whenever I think we were supposed to have like another year or two of paying this. So excited that we're on track. Now February is a different story. I don't know what that's going to bring us, or if we're going to be able to make extra payment, but we will just make what we can. All right, guys. So that is the end of the video. We have closed out December. Bye-bye 2025. We loved you. You were great. There were challenges, but we're still here. We've paid our extra debt payment. We're at a zero-based budget with a rollover into next month's paycheck. And thank you guys very much for hanging out with me. If you enjoyed and you made it this far, just consider subscribing. Hit the subscribe button. Like I said, it is free. Don't forget to like, share, and hype me up. Hype me up. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Remember, in order to be great, you've got to be grateful. I'm super duper grateful for you. Have a wonderful, blessed day. I love you. Mean it. Bye. If you don't mind, the 2 videos that I was referencing in this video are at the end cards here if you're interested in checking them out.